Today I'm comparing classic HSS drill bit with the so-called SuperSpeed bit. You know, in surgery our weapon of choice are usually a pair of scissors. We have something called the supercut scissors. Massively more expensive, marketed as game-changing, and then clinically there's no difference. This feels a bit like that, so we're testing it out. We're doing 5 holes each, same steel, same drill press, same force, and let's see if there's actually a meaningful difference or if it's just another supercut situation. As a surgeon, precision is everything. So before we drill, let me show you the full setup, no surprises. This is a Bosch PBD 40, very stable drill press with a digital RPM display. And yes, everything is clamped tighter than a chest closure. To keep the test fair, feed force is calibrated with a luggage scale. I'm keeping it around 7 to 8 kilos of pressure. Not a perfect laboratory setup, but definitely more controlled than most drill press tests. On the left side, standard HSS, reliable workhorse, predictable, cheap. Like a resident who got about 8 hours of sleep. On the right side, a SuperSpeed bit, sharper geometry, more aggressive cutting edge, basically a caffeine-addicted intern. Let's start with the HSS. The RPM is set to 600, just to be fair for both drill bits. 5 holes, and I'm timing each one of them. The HSS held up pretty good, just some minor damage, and the drilling times were pretty much the same. You can see there's some damage here on the peripheral point, but otherwise it actually looks quite good. HSS is cutting clean, nice chip formation, no screaming, always a good sign in both surgery and drilling. 5 holes complete, edge looks slightly worn, but still functional. Patient stable. Now for the SuperSpeed bit. Sharper geometry, in theory faster. Let's see if it behaves like a scalpel. The chips from the SuperSpeed are stunning, but the times not so much. As for the SuperSpeed drill, it does look a bit different. There is damage here on the cutting part. The cutting area of the SuperSpeed is smaller, and you do see damage here. This is probably what caused it to lose a lot of speed. It feels slower on each consecutive test, and this is probably the reason. I used quite a low pressure, only 7.5 kilos, and the RPM is actually pretty defensive, 600. So I was as careful as I could. I did not use any cutting oil, just to test it and really see how fast it ages. And yeah, well, it didn't hold up too good, to be honest. Let's have a look at the numbers. On average, the HSS had a drilling time of 24.2 seconds. Now, on the other hand, the SuperSpeed's average time was 26.6 seconds. Now, this might seem like pretty long times, but during this test, I wanted a very low defensive RPM, a very low pressure. Now, I did not use cutting oil, and I wanted the edge to age faster to somehow simulate that I was drilling more than 5 holes just to see the degradation. But these are the drilling times, and I am actually surprised. 5 holes, that's even very, very little, and the SuperSpeed really degraded fast. Talking about degradation, we can see here that during the first hole, it was 37% faster than the HSS. However, on the 5th and the last hole, the SuperSpeed was 39% slower than the HSS. that shows us a huge degradation. And as I mentioned before, I think the cutting area is a lot smaller. That means that the degradation is going straight into that small cutting area, and we will see something that looks a lot older, a lot faster. So the HSS was actually faster on average, more control, a real working horse. SuperSpeed, it looked fast. The chips were beautiful, really beautiful, but I mean, it wasn't that fast in the end. Now, you know, this brings me straight back to the OR. Opening one of those single-use scalpel blades, in the beginning it's really sharp, and just after a little while it gets really dull. And during some operations we use several of these scalpel blades because they dull so quick, just like a SuperSpeed. So here's the surgical diagnosis. HSS, clean cuts, consistent behavior, minimal drama. SuperSpeed, aggressive, beautiful chips, but worn out after just one hole. Now, if I would have to choose one for this operation, I would choose the HSS. It is reliable, it doesn't panic, it is cheaper. So this is the winner by miles here. I'm Christian, the steel surgeon. If you enjoyed this very safe and very unnecessary medical procedure, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and let me know which tool I should bring to the OR next.